Welcome to Apex Formula, where strategy meets action.
There's a strange and uncomfortable truth about money that most smart people never hear. Your intelligence may be quietly working against you. And if that sounds impossible, stay with us, because this affects people who are doing everything else right. You're analytical. You solve complex problems. You perform at a high level in your career. You're exactly the kind of person who should have their finances under control. And yet, when you look at your financial life, it's just not where it should be by now. If you've ever felt guilty about this, wondering why your high IQ hasn't automatically produced financial stability, here's the truth. It isn't a lack of intelligence holding you back. In many cases, it's intelligence itself working against you. That gap between what should be happening and what actually isn't caused by laziness, lack of discipline, or bad luck. It's caused by a set of psychological patterns that smart people are especially vulnerable to. In this video, we are going to break down why intelligence backfires with money, the exact traps it creates, and how to build a financial system that works because you're smart, not in spite of it. You'll understand the psychology behind these patterns and learn how to build financial strength that actually matches your ability. The hidden burden of high intelligence. Money is one of the few domains where being exceptionally smart can quietly increase your risk. In your career, your ability to reason and innovate brings success. But personal finance systematically punishes those exact instincts. Think of the brilliant software engineer who builds the backbone of modern tech but leaves their savings in a zero-interest account for a decade, stuck in analysis paralysis. Or the high-earning executive who negotiates massive deals but lives paycheck to paycheck because their lifestyle inflated faster than their financial systems. The core revelation is simple but uncomfortable. Money isn't a test of cleverness, it's a game of behavior. It doesn't reward the highest IQ. It rewards the most consistent system, the most patience, and real humbleness in the face of uncertainty. The 5 pitfalls and their root causes. Let's get specific about how intelligence becomes a responsibility. These patterns trap high achievers, and each one has a deep psychological root. 1. The information carousel. Root cause? Pattern spotting leads to overconfidence. You spend hundreds of hours consuming podcasts, newsletters, and market analysis. It feels like progress, but knowledge without systems is just mental activity. Reading about money growth is not the same as having automatic transfers that happen while you sleep. The deeper issue? Your brain is exceptional at finding patterns. That's why you succeed. But financial markets are mostly noise and randomness that can look like patterns. Research by Terence O'Dean showed that highly confident analytical traders often underperform simpler approaches because they trade too much and overestimate control. Your pattern recognition superpower becomes a trap. Solution: stop consuming and start automating. The goal isn't to know everything. It's to build a system that runs without your constant attention. Set up automatic investment contributions that happen regardless of market news or your latest podcast insight. Your edge isn't in timing the market. It's in giving money growth more time to work. Most successful investors spend less than an hour per month on their portfolios because the system does the work. Transform knowledge into one-time setup decisions, not ongoing management tasks. 2. Chasing the alpha of cleverness. Root cause: intelligence creates better excuses. You undervalue boring, steady returns because you believe you can find something better with enough research. The problem is that the search itself creates fragility. More trades, more complexity, more opportunities to panic. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The smarter you are, the more convincing your justifications become. Evidence from Vanguard Research and SPIVA scorecards shows that simplicity beats complexity over time, especially after fees, taxes, and behavioral errors. Solution: embrace radical simplicity as sophistication, not surrender. A three-fund portfolio, total domestic stock, international stock, bonds, isn't a beginner strategy. It's often optimal. It captures global growth without requiring you to be right about individual companies, sectors, or timing. The boring strategy frees your mental energy for your career and relationships, where your intelligence actually compounds. Remember, complexity is often just ego in disguise, and it costs you time, money, and focus. 3. The discipline delusion. Root cause: success creates blind spots. You design plans assuming your future self will always be as focused and rational as you are today. But life happens. Stress hits. Burnout sets in. A plan that relies on your willpower is fragile. When you've repeatedly succeeded in demanding fields, you naturally think your skills transfer everywhere. But personal finance plays by different rules. It punishes overthinking, rewards simple repetition, and exposes ego harshly. Solution: build systems that work when you're exhausted, distracted, or emotional, because you will be all three at some point. This means setting up key financial actions so they happen automatically, without relying on willpower. Examples include contributions that happen before you ever see the money, rebalancing on a fixed date instead of when it feels right, and clear spending limits built into separate accounts. Your willpower is limited and already used up by your career. Don't spend it on money decisions that can be set once and left alone. 4. Forecasting over resilience. Root cause: intelligence struggles with uncertainty. Smart people love forecasting. They want to know where the economy is going. But the most successful financial lives aren't built by prediction. They're built by preparation. When you're used to solving problems completely, it feels uncomfortable to leave things unknown. Many smart people keep searching for perfect certainty that doesn't exist, causing delays and unnecessary complications. Forecasting feels like control. Resilience is actual control. Solution: stop asking, "What will happen?" and start asking, "What if I'm wrong?" Build a financial structure that survives multiple scenarios rather than betting on one forecast. Keep 6 to 12 months of expenses in easy-to-access cash, even if it earns nothing. Spread your money widely across assets and countries so no single outcome can wipe you out. Decide in advance how you'll respond to market drops before they actually happen. For example, if the market falls 20%, I invest an extra $5,000 from my emergency reserve. When you stop trying to predict and start preparing, anxiety transforms into confidence. 5. Status signaling and identity protection. Root cause: intelligence as identity amplifies fear. Sometimes money decisions aren't about returns. They're about how we need to see ourselves. Exclusive deals, luxury assets, signaling that you've made it. These choices feel intellectually justified, but are often emotional. For many high achievers, being the smart one isn't just a skill, it's core identity. Admitting, "I don't fully know this," or risking a visible mistake feels threatening. Money decisions get filtered through the need to protect that self-image, even at the cost of better choices. Solution: separate your intelligence from your portfolio. True wealth is invisible. It's the freedom in your bank account and your options, not the car in the driveway. Practice asking basic questions without shame. The most successful investors, from Warren Buffett to index fund advocates, freely admit what they don't know and stick to simple principles. Your willingness to look uninformed in the short term is what allows you to build real wealth in the long term. Ego protection is expensive. Humility compounds. Building lasting strength. Your action plan. The solution isn't to be less intelligent. It's to use intelligence differently, to design systems that work when decisions get messy. Step 1. Automate until it hurts. Route savings and investments directly from your paycheck. If the money never hits your main account, you don't need to decide to save it. Action. This week, set up automatic transfers for at least 15% of your income to investment accounts. Increase by 1% every quarter until slightly uncomfortable. Step 2. Embrace radical simplicity. A simple, diversified structure frees your attention for areas where your intelligence actually matters. Action. If you have more than 5 individual positions, consolidate into 3 to 4 broad index funds this month. Step 3. Protect yourself from your own biases. Set hard rules. Never more than 5% in one position, or only rebalance once yearly on a fixed date. Action. Write down 3 non-negotiable financial rules. Put them somewhere visible. Step 4. Build for resilience, not prediction. Create rule-based responses to market drops before they happen. Action. Calculate your true emergency fund need and commit to building it before aggressive investing. Step 5. Adopt the beginner mindset. When you stop protecting the image of being smart, you learn faster and build better. Action. This week, ask one basic financial question you've been too proud to ask. A liberation of talent. When you align finances with structure instead of ego, something changes. You stop spending mental energy trying to pick the perfect moment. Your intelligence stops being a risk factor and becomes what it should be, a tool for building systems that last. You weren't born to spend your life managing spreadsheets. You were born to innovate, to lead, to heal, to build. Let your systems handle the money so you can handle the world. If you're ready to stop the intelligence trap and build a financial life that matches your actual potential, subscribe to Apex Formula. In the next episode, we'll break down why you buy things you don't need and how to regain control over spending behavior.
Subscribe to Apex Formula for the next step in optimizing your life and unlock the mindset, systems, and strategies that turn potential into real, measurable progress. Stay focused, stay evolving, and we'll see you in the next video.